This advertisement is proudly brought to you by Combined Betting Sites Australia. Because when it comes to taking your money, we're all in it together.
Are you someone that checks the team list on a Tuesday, only to see who the ref is? Does it make you feel sick in the stomach? Do you consider tipping against your side that week? Does your focus shift to the following week? Do you even find yourself looking to see what other sport is on? Now you can do all of that and watch your team lose the penalty count whilst enjoying a Ben & Jerry's ice cream range. Turning questionable decisions into quality desserts. Take back control one scoop at a time. 6 different exciting flavours to try again and again. For the fans that are sick of seeing their captain charging at the referee, there's the Captain's Challenge chocolate.
Confidence not included.
Integrity mint. Bad call blueberry.
Not available in Brisbane.
You must be nuts if you thought that was a forward pass. Why not try the 6 again Pringles? Once it starts, it doesn't stop. Or wrong call walnut. Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Game day disappointment. Now in dessert form. Opposition bias. Maximum toppings.
This advertisement is proudly brought to you by Combined Betting Sites Australia. Because you can bet the ref will ruin the game.
Why not come in store and try our under-the-table special? You will be served in a brown paper bag with hundreds and thousands. Ask for the under-the-table special. Don't ask too many questions.
Ben & Jerry's ice cream range. Scoop away the pain. Scoop up what the refs are dishing out. Order online and use code Ref is a wanker and receive a free swear jar sundae. You're going to need it.
You won't be the only one with a brain freeze.
This winter, new to Ben & Jerry's, we have the predetermined platter. You already know what you're getting. No surprises here. Painted on eyes fries. A Sunday roast.
With all the fixings.
Combined Betting Sites Australia.
Let the refs ruin your weekend as we ruin your bank balance.
Open a betting account today and you will receive a free Grant Atkins diet.
Because everybody deserves a cheat day.
But that's not all. You will also receive a free box of Ashley Kleenex tissues and a Belinda Sharpie.
For when the game's a complete write-off.
Open an account in the next hour and you will also receive an Adam G-Spot split. And to get you through those winter months, you will also receive an Adam G-Spot finder.
I highly recommend it.
Good call, Crawls. When my team wins, I like to shove it. Up, up. My Cronulla.
So that's the Grant Atkins diet, the Kleenex tissues, the Sharpie, the Adam G-Spot split, and G-Spot finder. And if you are actually dumb enough to place a bet on the NRL, you will also receive a free creepy crawly hemorrhoid cushion. Use code CRACKDOWN for the biggest pain in your ass. For when hope melts faster than your team's chances. Getting creamed in the penalty count never tasted this good. Unlike their decisions, this is easy to swallow. Ben & Jerry's ice cream range.
We'll fix the game. And dessert. The golden showers are on us.
G'day, Doggies fans. All Things Bulldogs. I friggin' love that. There's so many little jokes in there. Proudly brought to you by Jared Sutton and Ben Cummings. That's his new job. He does the Ben and Jerry's flavours. Welcome to everyone so far. G'day, Gas. How you going, mate?
G'day, guys. G'day, Michael. Hope we're all doing well on Team List Tuesday.
Oh, me too, mate. Me too. I forgot to turn on the Instagram live, but it's on now, so they missed all that. G'day, Lockie. G'day, Lucas. G'day, Amir, Ryan, Tony, and Bulldog Mike. Good to see you all here and everyone else who is watching at the moment. There's currently 2 other streams happening at the same right now. And we all offer something different. So good to see you all here, people. Let's get into it. We've got a lot on tonight, but we're going to try and make it within 2 hours tonight, people. So look, we've got Team Tuesday. We'll discuss Luke Metcalf. That's the latest thing that's come up. We'll look at Bulldog Ritchie's ridiculous article from yesterday. It's the return of the King. And we'll give you the reasons why Max King is so important to us. You can win a Bulldogs jersey, guys. So those who continue to support the channel, let's get it cranking again tonight, people. For every $5 that goes in, that gets you a ticket into this draw for a Bulldogs jersey at the end of the month. Plus, as I said, after expenses, half that money that we raise will actually go to the Walking for Autism's our second big charity. And so far, we have already raised $2,000 for charity, with a lot of that money coming from sponsors and people on this channel. So thank you very much to everyone. We've got Dave's deep dive stats, a few stats to look at, and Dave actually spent a lot of time putting that little advertisement together. So we try and do some funny stuff. It amuses us more than probably anyone else, but it helped us get a few things done while getting the stream to start at 8:30. So we'll also we might give you some keys to victory now. Plus, there's a meet and greet tomorrow at the Pullman Hotel in Brisbane, and looking forward to going there with my daughter. So, how are you guys? What's happening, brother?
Mate, it's magic round, mate. It's time to Bulldogs turn on some magic and get the season back on the road. If the party's coming to Brisbane, then the Bulldogs should bring the party too. So let's see how they go. It's going to be good fun for those of you who are going, and for those of you who are not, we'll celebrate for you hopefully.
All right, so let's get those likes happening on the YouTube channel, guys, and also, feel free during the week to go to those channels and put comments on, or just your thoughts or anything like that. Throw it on there and see what happens. Got some Metcalf chats happening here. G'day, Aki. Welcome to you, brother. Son.
Aki.
Metcalf spotted in Belmore eating kebabs with Guts. And Mike, that's right, Mike. Hit that like button. And Gus meets Metcalf for a Chinese meal. Does Galvin go to 6? What do they do with Woods? Look, this is the drama of rugby league, and I'm one of these people who always shoots it down. And the reason for that is because I don't think there would be any interest in the Bulldogs going for Luke Metcalf unless his manager has called us and Webster has spoken to Ciraldo. He is an old Shire boy, as Tony mentioned to me. And look, and they're just going to come up with, will he go to fullback? Will he do this? Will he do that? They'll just talk about it all. But one thing I know, if Metcalf comes to the Bulldogs, Matt Burton won't be staying at the club past his contract. He's contracted for next year as well, I believe, Matty Burton. So yes. I couldn't see him staying on longer with Luke Metcalf coming to the club. Now, interestingly enough, in 2023, it was Josh Curran, Luke Metcalf, Tyrell May, and Cody Nikorima are 4 players I said the club needed to target. So we'll see what happens. But Josh Curran he's come early and he's on his way out, and he's been dropped to the reserve bench, not the top 19 for this week, which is interesting as well. So, yes, lots to talk about, people.
That was always going to be the way, though, with the progression of AJ. Once King came back, it always looked like Curran potentially was going to be the guy to miss out. So if others are going to step up ahead of him, then he'll be there as a good backup when someone else is injured. But AJ is going to be the future for us, so Ciraldo's putting more faith into him.
Yeah. You're right, mate.
Yep.
You just heard something. Yeah. I just had a technical issue then.
No, all good. Anyone got any comments about the team that's named this week? Anyone who's anyone happy to see most come back?
Well,
King?
it's Maxi King. I'll tell you, look, all the podcasters, again, acting like Team Tuesday is supposed to be about them and their fans. I'll just play someone, give us a cold hero, change someone. He said there was going to be changes. He never said there will be changes. He said he was asked questions about it. He's like, well, there could, if someone in New South Wales Cup wants to put their hand up. Now, Jed Reardon obviously put his hand up and has been doing that every week, and he's got the 23 number. So he probably gets to go on the plane. There's no New South Wales Cup or flag this week, or Ron Massey. So maybe they'll take a few blokes up for the trip to Magic Round. Wondering if we'll see the likes of Jacob Carraz there as well, just for support, or whether they try and save money and that sort of stuff. But people, when you've got Max King coming back into the side, Kurt Mann coming back into the side, Matt Burton coming back into the side, like, what changes do you really want? Like, how much disruption do you want every week? And who's put their hand up to say they're ready? And it's not a done deal that come Thursday, one of those players in the back line is missing and Jeffro Renikama gets his opportunity. That well and truly could happen. It may. I probably don't think it will, but it may or may not happen. Either way, there's a lot of changes there. It doesn't look. People are like, they just want change for the sake of change. They want tokenism. Oh, the coach, who isn't he not listening to? Who is he not listening to? The fans. The fans. I've got all these blokes all over the stuff saying, let's just throw the kids in, throw Gordon in, because we need a new cold hero to follow. Well, what's wrong with Leo Thompson being a cold hero? What's wrong with Max King being our cold, or Jacob Preston, or Jacob Carraz? I thought, look, we just moved past those guys, have they? We just tossed them out now. They're not cold heroes anymore. They're still cold heroes to me. Harry Hayes, isn't he a cold hero anymore? This is probably one of our strongest sides we can field on the park this week. Literally.
Minus Carraz.
Jacob Carraz and Viliami Kikau.
Kikau, yeah.
They're big outs for us still, but that side's good enough to get things done. Jonathan Sewell with his third game. Maxi comes back with a 1-2 punch up the middle. And it's not just what Maxi does. Like, it's not about him breaking down the front door and just his offload and stuff. It's how he plays as a teammate. The way he defends in unison with his mates. That's all important, guys. Like, this is the stuff we try and talk about here, because you're not going to hear it. How Maxi King chops blokes down one-on-one from the waist. Bang. And then the other guys come in and they do their work. And I think there's a little stat there. When Harry Hayes and Max King have played this year together, we're undefeated.
I like those stats.
So what do we got on the chat there, brother?
Bulldog Mike was saying he noticed that Curran played Cup last week. Yeah. There was another one that backed up as well last week. Not just Curran. So, yep. After they only played small minutes, so then they went played some more minutes. And I think they're pretty sort of poor performance in the Cup as well. So anyone who's looking at, mass changes obviously is not watching the Cup as well. And like Michael said, no one's really putting their hand up. So King and Birdo, I think Curran offers more than Salmon. I'm not sure about that. I think our team is strong on paper. Just having a go.
Yeah,
Thanks,
look, John. Yeah. I think they do have a go. I just think they're just being playing the wrong style at the moment. So stoked the King is back.
Happy that King's back. Thanks. Yep. Return of King. Dogs are spoilt for choice when it comes to forwards. Good problem to have, I guess. At least we've got a little bit of depth somewhere. Ciro pointing out to the backs needing to lift and start backing up the forwards, busting their ass. So
Yep, really good point, John. John, I also think that it was misconstrued a little bit as well. I think that whilst our forwards have been busting their ass, and a player like Sam Hughes, I think, is just getting better and better. And they're working their ass off, no doubt. And he was angry with the way the edges held up. I still don't think they've been dominant. There's a difference between saying you guys are working their ass off and they've been the dominant factor in the game. I think they held parity enough times last week to for us to do better than we did. And the fact that we had most things covered, we just missed tackles on the edge, which is what needs to stop. So, look, the misread with Galvin or overread from Galvin with Critter when he got yelled at, like, that's normal. He expects that. That's what you want. You want to be ripped when you've done the wrong thing in rugby league. It's not like Critter's out there doing that every week to every player on the field. I saw him give Sexton and Preston a cup last year when they let some tries in. He was pissed and had a big crack at him. So, what's happening here?
G'day, Lockie. Need to play more eyes up footy in the attacking 20, maybe a little less set plays where teams know what the play is. I think that's been spoken about quite a lot, about the Bulldogs being a bit more predictable than others.
Really good shout, Lachlan.
Yeah. Trying to be.
I actually want to talk about that. I actually want to really talk about that because that's something that I want to talk about in the keys. I think it's important. So we'll chat about that, mate. Great minds think alike. So let's keep going. And Lucas,
looking forward to Friday night. I think the team looks strong. Bench looks good. Pay ID $20. Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you, mate. So we're off and running, guys. $20 in the bank. Let's keep that cranking. Lucas has got 4 tickets in the draw. For every $5, you get a ticket. So well done to Lucas, and he also gets an extra ticket because he is a member. So, guys, if you want to join the channel, we're currently at our highest number of members that we've ever had. It continues to grow, which is brilliant. We don't ask for much, but, you do get extra benefits with our draws because you get extra tickets and that sort of stuff as well. And it really helps us with the support on different levels that you can choose. But much appreciated to everyone who is also a member. And if you want to join, you can do so through YouTube. You can also see there's a barcode for Buy Me a Coffee. You can join as a monthly subscriber on there. You can go to Patreon. There's all different ones that you can join, or you can go to Pay ID, which we can sort you out if you are a friend of ours or add us as a friend. We can show you those details. Amir, I wish we signed. Let's go to Amir with I wish we signed Tanner Boyd. Well, Tanner Boyd was being terrorised by Kickow a year and a half ago and was so ridiculed across the NRL only 12 months ago. Played a full season in pretty much in New South Wales Cup where they were dominant. Luke Metcalf, first round last year, was put to 7. He was playing 6 prior to that, had a lot of injuries, wasn't playing 7. They said he's gonna play 7 for us. First round they got flogged by the Raiders in 2025. Everyone wrote them off, including myself. And everybody said straight away that Luke Metcalf isn't a 7. He then pretty much gets better and better and better and better playing in the role. Now all of a sudden Luke Metcalf is a genuine 7. And he wants to leave because he can't be a 7. Now, I'm not 100% in agreement with all of this story. But it just could be I know the Warriors cap pretty heavy with their cap. So thank you so much, Tony. Beautiful work, mate. Tony just put in $20 as well. So we're already 40% of our way to our normal 100. Wonderful. So, yeah, the guys, it's just so how funny things change and how short people's memories are when it comes to things. What I would suggest is Luke Metcalf is a great footballer. Gus will work it out. They will work out what they're going to do. If there's an opportunity there, he's been recommended to us, or if he's tried to contact our coach or whatever in our club, it could be considered. I'm sure it could be, but he is a very talented player, and assembling talented players in your squad is what you want to do. But is he a genuine 7 or I think he's a half? That's a good start. He's a half. He can kick. He can do a bit of organisation. He can straighten the attack. He can run. You need your halves to run these days. Both Nathan and Jerome are running players. And play set. One was playing 6, the other 7. You know, now the other team, Luai's basically playing the 7, even though Dewey wears the number. So, look, it's one of those things. I'll just let the club work it out. And if he wears blue and white, I'll be happy. And hopefully he doesn't have reoccurring ACLs like he has previously, because that is something you'd have to consider. And you know, and Chance Nickel Clodstack. Sorry, not Chance. Chanel Harris Tavita and Tanner Boyd are doing really, really well. But Tanner's going well over there now. But look at the grounding he's had. Look at how many seasons it's taken him to get to that point. Yet we want to just look past our own kids, right?
Expect the now.
And expect the now. Oh, Gav, they paid $750 for Gav. One of the things, guys, is that our club struggles to sign big-name players because a lot of clubs don't want to let them go, and we don't want to pay overs. So it means when you get opportunities to get for the future, pay a little bit more maybe for someone who can influence the scoreboard like a Galvin. But, you know, Metcalf, what's he, 24, something like that? He'd be the same age as Cade Dykes. They come through together. So, yeah, it's only young. So whatever team he joins, he's got a lot of upside. But, yeah, look, it's just media. It's something for the media to dig their teeth into at the moment, isn't it? And of course, it's straight to Canterbury. It's straight to the Bulldogs, which is no surprise. So
always the way, mate. Everyone will talk about every other team, but they always bring the Bulldogs back in the conversation. So it's the favourite narrative. Amir's got a question here. Sam Hughes is never at 15. Is there anything to that? He either starts or not there. Obviously,
well noticed.
Obviously, for him, he's been playing well, and I think that's been recognised. And with the return of King, he's held on to his bench spot. So Interesting to see how many minutes he gets and what he does, considering he normally plays that first 20, 25 minutes. So,
Can I add? This is what we talked about. Myself and Gas talked a lot about this.
Yep.
When you've got Thompson and King who can play 50 minutes a match each, 45 easily. Max can go to 50. Leo can go to 60 on a stretch, even 70 if he had to.
He's building that way too.
Yeah. So if those two are playing those minutes, that does open up opportunities for the way we use our bench differently. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen this week. We could see someone go down after 3 minutes and they have to bring on Jethro or whoever's sitting there as backs cover. I'm not sure if O'Sullivan comes into that 6-man squad late. Obviously, the coach wasn't 100% happy with him last week. But we'll have to see. He might come in. I think he can offer that versatility off the bench for a Bailey Hayward, and also and cover for the halves as well. So lots of different options for the side. I've got a feeling Sauce will come in and maybe Lipoy drops out. That's just my feeling. But we'll see. We will see how that goes. That may not happen that way at all. But Satili's obviously not on the bench now, so you can bring a big guy on to go, and Sam Hughes might only have to come on and play 20 minutes, playing with the same energy that he would use at the start of a match in a less intensity, and we can cover him with Harry, and we can cover him with Kurt, right? Jamin Salmon's been playing a lot more extra minutes than usual as well. So the guys are getting fitness into them and longer minutes than they're used to, which is probably taken a little bit of getting used to, but maybe that does set them up for the future or set them up towards the end of the season. Usually what I've noticed is things that we go, this is different. I don't like how it feels. This isn't normal, has usually presented itself in a fashion where we go, oh, we're winning now. That's what I mean. Everyone wrote this coach off in 2024 to start the season. The Messiah is a dud, all this sort of stuff. And those same people have waited until now to see, we told you so. We told you so. It's either win or suffer the wrath, which unfortunately that's just the end of it. So we have to turn it around. We have to get stuck getting some wins, guys. And with what Lockie was talking about earlier, we will get into that a bit later.
Got a comment here. Burton is ranked 16th in attack in the NRL at the moment.
What's that mean?
Don't know.
Line break assists, try assists, line breaks. Burno, I will say Burto does need to, all this stuff about Galvin and Preston and then moving Preston. It's like, well, Burto's there. Burto can put him into space.
Mm-hmm.
Presto can create space for Burto. Like,
even more so because Burto, with his running threat, can pull some towards him before he passes, to a press. And they if they give him space, he's going to go. And if they come at him, he'll hopefully create space. So he's even more of a threat having Presto on his side.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah,
that's what I mean. We're putting it on the coach, and I'm saying, don't mock the players, right? But you can sit there and say, well, hang on.
They need to stand up a bit more.
Why shouldn't the coach be able to trust Burton and Preston together on the left? Why shouldn't he be able to make that change? And what's the big fucking deal? Preston's a left-sided player. He's just deputising on the right for kick-out at the moment.
Well, let's hope the result is the same as the last time Presto played on the left against the Sharks, as we've spoken about many times. James is also saying Metcalf is not a dominant half.
Was Tanner
G'day,
Boyd a
Brian.
dominant? Was Tanner Boyd a dominant half last year?
Nope. He's just in a purple patch at the moment. That's it.
He was.
How long that lasts? I mean, who knows?
He did. But, to be fair, he does look. He's always looked like a 7 when you're talking like that. So I get it, James. I get it.
Thanks for your support, Brian. You should get that in the PID, Mick. So it's
We're up to 50
three
people.
tickets. Another 3 tickets there for Brian. 2 for the and 1 for being a member.
That's it.
Great shout out by Kylie Marie. Hi guys, love the show. Watch it every week. Going to my first ever Doggies game this Friday night. So excited. Just worried I'll be too loud in cheering on the boys. Never too loud at the game.
For that.
Never too loud.
You know, some as long as someone says, "Hey, Rev, can you tell your mum to shut up, please?" You know.
It's all right.
My brother
Make sure
used to say that all the time.
Come and say hello to Kylie. Brian,
Yeah, we'll
first
do
time
it.
in
We
a
should do another meetup before the game if we can,
Yep.
maybe 5 o'clock or something.
Yep.
So let us know if you're
around
coming the joint.
First time in a long time I've seen Big 4 in our top 17.
Yes, Brian.
So,
and having longer minute middles, and they've been trying so hard to get longer minutes out of Hughes and DSF and all these blokes. They just keep getting struck by lightning. Having 2 genuine props in the elite class, and by that I just mean would start in most sides. A lot of people say King wouldn't get a start in the top 14, which is bullshit. And all this, you know, I did that article about Return of the King, and people coming on saying, "Oh, he's not Payne Huss," and they don't understand that. Well, Payne Huss's win rate is about the same as Broncos' win rate when he doesn't even play. So we're a lot better when King plays. Our win rate goes up.
And there's only one Payne Huss as a player, but yeah.
They've got 2 other Payne Husses in their side every day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Carrigan, and they've developed other guys. You know,
Wilson and
they
everyone
developed
else,
Flegler. They developed Heverington, who's now a starter at Manly. They've developed Flegler as an Origin prop. They develop Origin caliber, international caliber players at the Broncos because they got all that depth. We don't. Sorry. Anyway.
Shall we? Their number 9 is a big loss, Braden Bailey. They won't cope without him. Dogs 13 plus. I like
nice
that.
Shout out, Tony. I do think Beryl has been in that cup system of theirs as next man up for about 3 years, and they're always dangerous, these guys. And he's been playing with that Newtown pride. But it's a big loss. Blake Brailey,
He's been spoken about Origin. For Origin. Yeah.
They're saying he's going to play Origin this year.
Yeah.
So
he's kind of a bit like that running threat like Harry Grant. So that's why they're talking about him to fight fire with fire a bit sometimes. John, I was going to ask where you'll be prior to the game. I'll be there. Can't wait. Love the show.
Oh, wonderful, John.
You coming in from, mate? I don't know.
Well, John, are you on? Add us on the messenger, mate. Michael Jeffrey or Dogfather.
Add him to the Queensland group, mate.
And I'll add you to the Queensland group. You're coming from Facebook, so put a comment there on the Facebook stream, and I should be able to send you a message. Let's go. Look forward to meeting you, mate.
Thank you, Bulldog Mike. Great to see the King back.
Thank you so much. Good chatting to you today too, brother. Reminiscing about previous greatness. Lots of stuff like that. Thank you so much.
Heinzie, what's up, guys? I reckon Metcalf will end up at the Dogs.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Probably not. It's a very good media story at the moment. We'll see what happens.
It's funny, guys, how everyone's been talking about Mitch Woods, who so far has still not played an NRL game, and he's been spoken about as the solution and everything. And I mean, he's had 3 hamstring injuries this year without getting one fixed, and he keeps breaking down at training. So obviously, Michael can tell you about who they've enlisted to assist, who obviously has been working with the club a lot lately, and especially in the off season. So
Justin Lane,
Justin Lane. So that's been someone that they've turned to say, hey, we need some help here to help this guy mend himself. But again, these players that we've got, and we've got the Contis and we've got all the sort of nursery behind them. Sometimes, obviously, like, when you bring in, we've brought Galvin, now you bring in a Metcalf, what message are you sending to these guys? But, again, one day, you don't want to be losing that Jonathan Thurston again. That's the story for us, or that kind of player that's going to be something. But until Woods gets himself on the paddock and in cup and dominates, then he'll potentially get a chance, when there's injuries in first grade. But and with the way that the season's gone for us, potentially if he was fit from the start of the year, he could have probably even made his debut already by now, potentially. You never know. So that's going to be watch this space. But Metcalf, I don't think is one of those players that we would have been sitting there waiting for him to come off and say, let's go and get this guy. That would be for us, if it is a knee-jerk reaction to say, oh, let's see if we can get this guy now to try to save our season. That's the only way that we would be doing that. But you look at what other teams probably would need. I think the Dragons and the Eels would be more in the running for someone like that, with the Eels knowing they've only got Jonah Pezzett, on a 1-year deal, and the Dragons obviously needing a whole new 1 to 17 almost. So, yeah. And then obviously you've got to have the Bears, etc. So, and you might hear some talk also about people saying Metcalf will come to the Dogs because, the Bulldogs aren't going to be re-signing Burton and he's got to go to Perth and all this stuff. People will just start trying to do a game of chess, and let's move this piece here and let's see what happens and where this falls over. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot to explore. But rest assured, whenever a story like this comes out and you mention the word Bulldogs in there, you read the comments, and I guarantee you 70% of those comments will be related to the Bulldogs. Gus will be mentioned, Chinese will be mentioned, haven't met him will be all these things will just be, and that's what's going to generate the hits on these stories, guys. So no matter who you talk about, whether it's legitimate, the real teams, throw the Bulldogs in there just to get the story a bit more spice. So always away, guys. Always away.
Well, it's just lit up, hasn't it? All these Bulldogs fans who are bringing in Sean O'Sullivan, they're all out there talking about Metcalf.
Yep.
You got people who say they love the players in our side saying we need a fucking what do we need? A bloody I've forgotten it now. Anyway, sorry, my brain's a little bit fried, guys. 12 hours on the road today. Big day. I'm trying my best.
James is saying Dogs have made 16 unforced changes, 32 including injuries since Sexton. We all know that's not good for a footy team.
Unforced, were they? Who says they were unforced?
Is this someone supporting someone's narrative?
James, who says they were unfucking forced, mate? Are you at training? Are you getting the inside word of who's carrying what? So when Burton moved to centre in the semi-final, was that an unforced change or a forced change? How many? They didn't have Critter. They didn't have Tuala. They didn't trust the young guys that weren't going that good in Cup.
Birdo shouldn't have played either.
Birdo had a massive injection before the game. Like when Critter was playing fullback when Tracy got injured, in attack, and Carraz was doing it out of yardage and in defence. Like, these are forced. They make changes because they need to make changes to try and win a game of rugby league, or they believe that there's a better way to do things. Look, I get your point about cohesion and having cohesion and having fluency and repetitions together in the same spots. I get all that. But when kick-out come out of the team, the forced change was that we put our second-best left edge back rower onto the left to try and strengthen the balance of the side. Now, people don't have to agree with the decision, but it is a forced change. They counted that. They count all these things. Now, if we can go through a whole heap of sides and get a count just as big as that, this is just a narrative because our fans keep talking about Reid, Marnie, and Toby fucking Sexton. Right? So they're just going to focus on stories which repeat that narrative and make you blame and give you somewhere to put your anger and blame when we lose, rather than just saying the players just didn't get it done. Oh, the week before they beat Penrith, and look, we're not going to keep relying on the Penrith thing, but it was a pretty significant box to tick, and they were at full strength. What was the week before that? Oh, our players look disjointed. They look like they're struggling. Their body language is really bad. Well, they were losing, and they expected they were going to win. They thought they were going to win, and they had their pants pulled down. They were in a winning position against Souths.
Until Critter got injured, yeah.
Critter got injured, and they didn't recover from it. Right? I know the big scores are a problem, but let's just stop allowing the media to validate your feelings of projecting hate towards players and hate towards the coach and the club. For people to sit there and say that 2020 was as good as we're going as good as that right now after a couple of big defeats. Yeah, we've averaging 34 against us the last 4 games, something like that. Our club didn't have a sponsor. I said this the other day, no sponsors, nothing. No money in the community. We couldn't get a player to save our lives. We paid $800,000 for Luke Thompson. We paid $900 for Dylan Watene-Zalesniak, and then paid $450 a year for the next 3 years for him to play for the Warriors. We paid $200,000 a year for Kotrick not to be in our team. We paid $500,000 for Corey Allen for 2 years. Right? No one wanted to come to the club unless we paid a lot for them. We had to pay our juniors NRL money to keep them in our club. Mm. Yet people sit there and say, oh, you let all your juniors go. Again, Jake Averillo was the focal point of our attack off the bench in his second game of NRL. And you think it's come on. The club is in such a better state. Our junior pathways, yeah, they've had a couple of they're not winning the junior pathways comps the last couple of years. The senior pathway sides are producing players, and talent is making its way into the NRL squad gradually, and more positions in our 30 are being filled by juniors. Yeah, we have to let a couple go. Now, Curtis Moran goes to the Gold Coast on $500,000 over a couple of years. Averillo goes on a $1.3 million deal over 3 years. Like, that's good money. We went with Bronson Cherry. Now, everyone was happy to go with Cherry at the time. Now, in hindsight, because we're having a bit of a bad patch, suddenly that's a bad decision. And remember, Toby and Reed weren't the answer. They were two of the most criticised players. Look, I felt Toby always felt he was a bit of a lucky charm. I always felt like that. But that's just a feeling I had. Doesn't mean it's right or has any relevance to what's going on in the real world. But we just got to move past that, guys, if we can. But the media keep bringing us back to it. Do you want to just sit there and say, I told you so with the club? And, oh, yeah. Let's back them out of it. Big game against the Sharks this week. Let's start talking about that.
Let's keep going, mate. Tanner Boyd is playing behind an informed, strong forward pack. That's right, Lucas.
Yep. Very good point, Lucas.
King might not be paying Haas, but neither is his paycheck, which gives us money for elsewhere, 100%.
Very smart. We've got the smartest supporters on this show. Even the ones I don't agree with are smarter.
Thank you, Brian. He'll message you, mate, to add him into the group.
Beautiful.
I've noticed Leo Thompson consistently been knocking out 58 to 60 minutes on average so far. Yeah, every game I think he's been starting to average up as it goes. So, like he almost, like Michael said, we almost got a man of the match the other day. Bar a couple of late sort of handling errors, he was on track and having a great game. So, he focuses on what he did at the first sort of 80% of that game, and continues that way with us. He'll get that confidence to keep doing that. Gus has never met Calf. That's good. Lockie, I could see Leo and Sam swap who starts at points until Kikau gets back. If we want Chip and I bring from the interchange, could be an idea game by game basis.
That's it. Well, Satilli offers that off the bench. But interesting to see how Sam goes just coming on when there's a bit of, where he's at full energy, raring to go off the bench. It could do wonders for us.
Yeah.
Where it sucks, though, is if he has to come on and then just tackle for the next 20 minutes. That's when it won't work.
Yeah. Hopefully we can develop someone like a Tanner Boyd. Well, don't forget, guys, and we've said this multiple times in the last year and a bit, Galvin is not the finished product. We all know that. That's not what we got him to develop him. We got him earlier than expected. I mean, in Gus's projections when he spoke about him, he was thinking about he'd be great, in a couple of years. Everything happened the way it did. We got him early, but he's not the finished product. So we got to just wait and just work with him. He's still the best option we've got to get him to that level. And like, you've seen even with Tanner Boyd, all these other players, they don't just hit the ground running and they're dominant from the start. Halfbacks don't start developing properly until a bit later. It's just the way it is. And that's just until you start owning the game. But once you do get there, then you can lock that in and sustain it, which is why you've got some halfbacks out there that are now, closer to 40 than they are to 30, which is what you can do. So, I'm not saying we have to wait till that age, but what I'm saying is they can dominate earlier and then hold it for a lot longer, but you build that up as you go.
That's it.
And Lockie's still learning, guys. He's still learning all the time. I think, sometimes he knows in his own mind that there are things he would want to do and there's things that he has to do. And that's where he has to get that balance right himself as well. It's going to be an inner thing, knowing, when to play what you're, potentially coached and knowing when to play that eyes up and that sort of what you feel.
And he's heavily watched too. Like they're all over him for a reason. They're putting all their traffic at him, which is because he's got talent.
Yep.
As they should.
Yep.
What do you think they're going to do to Mitch Woods when he first comes in?
Well, there's the next comment.
Let him have a holiday.
Don't want Mitch Woods or Alex Conti to be basically like Cade Reed in the first few games in the first grade. Basically, just absolutely slaughtered. What's that? 100 and something points in that first two games.
And just to give you an idea, and not to talk about him, but you've got like Dibbo on one of the other podcasts. They're doing their NRL chat show right now. Shout out to them. But Dibbo's a passionate St. George supporter. And his advice, which everyone agrees with, just throw the young fellas in. Why are you persisting with Flanagan? And why are you persisting with Atkinson now? And what? When I did my article on the Dragons, I said that Atkinson would need to be improved for the Dragons to improve. He's barely played, I think he started it in the halves maybe 3 times in his career. He's come off the bench for most of his career, guys. And then when it was known he was leaving, the Sharks made him 18th man every week.
Yep.
Which wasn't very nice. And he's got a really long boot on him. Like it nearly goes as long as Burton's. And hangs for nearly as long. Like he's got a massive boot. But what do? They're like, yeah, give Cade Reed a go. Fuck Flanagan off. There's a reason that these halves that you're picking are continually picked. Because their youngsters are too exposed to come in. You just don't do it to them. You've got to try and get your team into a bit of form where they can come in confident. And when they're at 0 and 11 or whatever it is, it's just not the time. And unfortunately, it looks like the new coaches come in and just given the fans what they wanted. And what did they get? Another 100 points in 2 weeks. So now, what are they going to say now? They'll say, sack the board. We're going to, the fans will never take responsibility. They never do when they finally change all the sides. And Dibbo's on that show and all these other guys on Team Tuesday today losing their shit saying, we needed to make changes. Well, changes normally happen Thursday for a start. He never promised changes. Like, it's just bullshit, mate.
And just while you're on that, I'll put this on here just for 2 seconds for you. I won't even read
it. We'll probably get copyright for this.
Joshua, welcome, Mr. Dawson. What's your honest opinion on Critter to fullback, Galvin 6, SOS 7, and move Burto to lock?
All right. We'll both give our opinion here, Gas. Look, I think Critter to fullback has always been potential in that. It's more about his fitness. It takes a while. Look, Bennett gave Latrell, I think, 9 games of playing 50 minutes, 60 minutes before he started playing full-time fullback. Critter's another big body and it's a different type, but he was playing fullback and running 300 meters for the Panthers. But it was more workman type stuff that he did. He wasn't a magician in the sense back then. Sauce, in my opinion, Sauce is only back up for halves. He can't kick his kicking needs a lot of work. It was poor on the weekend. Maybe he had a little injury or something. I don't know. But just from watching it, I can't get behind that move. Defensively, I think he goes all right. When he gets into the flow, he knows how to defend in that sort of system. So I can see him more as a ball-playing 13 and supporting in that role. Or coming into 9 to help Bailey. I don't really want to see him in the halfback role.
A bit like
and Burton to lock. I think Galvin, as Gas has said we answer this every week almost. Galvin, I think, has the potential to develop into that position with his height. If he just grows a bit more muscle and stuff like that, gets himself up to about 97, 98 kilos, which is about 12 kilos more than he is. You got a guy who could probably dominate in that position. I think Burto off the bench at 13 in elite teams is really good. For Canterbury, though, I'm not sure that works. I think he'd need a preseason and to do a lot of work for that to happen. But if he did, I think he could do the role, no doubt. I think he could play anywhere. But anyway, that's my opinion.
Yep. keep moving. G'day, Timmy. Finished his church study. How are you, buddy?
G'day, Timmy.
And he's already got his Fellowship of the Bulldogs and the Return of the King. There we go.
There you go, mate.
Should I have some fun with him and say he's quoting Star Trek? I'm just kidding. So it's all right.
No, it's Star Wars he likes.
I know. That's why I said that.
Oh, okay.
It's another Big Bang Theory, mate. When they say the wrong ones, it upsets people.
Yes.
Yes, it's okay. Changes are never made for no reason. Changes are made due to injuries, illness, form, or representative footy. It's part of the game.
Nice shout out, Heinzie.
Yep. I personally think Burto to lock would help us that we can close a bit close to the ball and still given the chance to open up defense, but also add kicking. I mean, like Michael just said there, but I still feel like he's not there fully as a good defending 13 yet as well. If he's going to do that, so his running threat needs to be more important. But it's his first thing. If you always notice, he always thinks run first, and it's hard. It's hard like that. In that 13, he has to do a lot more for the team. So, like we said multiple times, Galvin will eventually be a better one sooner than later, hopefully. If he can get on a good fat diet, let's call it, and really bulk up a little bit and maintain his high level of fitness, that'll be a great win-win. He would definitely open up himself. And I've always spoken about, in the past, Galvin can eventually become like his body change can be like the Freddie Fittlers of the world. If you remember, Freddie was that skinny whippersnipper, and then he became that more big, solid player. If Galvin can develop a little bit like that, he can still be just as dominant as well.
And that middle defense is so more intense than the edge defense too. Like Birdo's hitting well on an edge. I'll give him that. He just gets better and better as far as his contact and intensity, but to do that in the middle, he's not going to want to kick the ball. He barely want to run yet. He'd need time to develop in the role. I just don't, That's what I mean. People talk about Jamin Salmon like he's doing nothing out there. That guy is playing in the middle of the field.
Busting his ass every game.
That's it.
Great to see Jed Reardon on the extended bench. Yes, Timmy.
The prize 23 jumper, the Jordan jumper, the Gas jumper.
That's it. Tanner Boyd is 25 and Galvin will be 10 times better by that age. Yeah, great comment there, Brian.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Let's if that's the trajectory, mate, we'll take it. But that's the thing. You have to hit that age. You have to hit that experience level to be to be owning that part of the game and owning the field. Because the coach likes us and makes makeshift players, not an out and out superstar.
He likes to use makeshift players, not out and out superstar. I don't believe that to be the case at all. Who are the out and out superstars?
Where are these superstars? Yeah, where are they?
Adam Fanor, Blake. Like Gus likes superstars. But what they prefer is people that they're confident are going to go to work for their mates, and that can sit there and hold their ground and hold their line, and keep it in their pants. But I think I do think that the coach, of course he loves superstars. He helped develop the best team of all time. He was the coach.
And their defensive system.
Yeah. And they all talk about it. Webster talks about it. Players who all come to the club, they all talked about it. He helped develop that. He had at his disposal in the 2015 team. I keep talking about it. I've said it 1,000 times. All those players that are now leading other teams. And there's still a core of them still at the Panthers today. He was a huge part of their development and a huge part of the reason they got picked. And that's the program they're trying to develop at the Bulldogs. And there's always hit and miss with decisions. Why is it that every decision that's made is called a wrong one when we're doing bad? In hindsight, Like, it's so many great decisions that are just not mentioned or cared about. And the media, which we go to the next one with Nicholas, the media aren't going to let up as long as our fans keep repeating the narrative. They're going to keep throwing it in there.
Yeah.
It's just a given that the PNG Chiefs, the Dragons, the Bulldogs, and the Perth Bears, maybe the Eels for a little bit as well, are going to be linked to every player off contract. And if they're an elite player, they'll be linked to the Roosters as well. But every player is going to the Dogs. It's been that way since how long?
Forever. And here's another one. Is it just me or the media piling on the Dogs more than most teams in a form slump?
That's what they do.
That's it.
Easy clickbait.
That's it, Nicholas.
They weren't nasty to the Knights when they got wooden spoon 3 years in a row. They hardly
mention them.
Nor the coach that left him in that mess. Little one.
Every time we have a major injury to one of our players, we never get it gone. What are you saying there, buddy? Maybe your follow-up comment. We can never recover when we have one of our stars go down. Look at Brisbane; they lose so much, yet they still win, and they've got a lot of depth in their team as well. So I really got the shits the other day. People were mentioning that we lost to a reserve grade Broncos team. It wasn't a reserve grade Broncos team. They still had a lot of superstars in that team and players that have won premierships and all sorts of things. So not a reserve grade team. They've plugged a couple of holes and that's it. But just the test of their depth, they've got that many players they can call on that play in a superior league over there. And they've got that much of a stable where they can bring them on. It doesn't mean that we played a reserve. They still had, Reynolds and Staggs and all other sorts of players out there. So, and they aimed up that game against us a lot more than we aimed up. So,
their forward pack was decimated, but it didn't matter. Their back line, put it this way, if all the players in our back line went up against all the players in their back line in the juniors system, I don't know, maybe one or two of our players would have got through to the Broncos top 30. Comparatively speaking, it's hard to do. Not saying that they always go on with it. And some players need different systems and different timing. It's never one rule. But the fact of the matter is that their back line shit all over ours on that day, starting with their halfback, who's an experienced 35-year-old who always saves his best for the Bulldogs. Always. And, there's...
James, the club is in a better place now for the reasons you just said, but the coach does like to use makeshift players rather than outright superstars in making. I think you've just made that comment a few minutes ago, mate. Yeah. G'day, Tony. Good to see Kingy and Leo spearheading together. Yes,
that's it, Tony.
Looking forward to that.
Thanks for all your support, brother.
Dirty Harry's back in the house. Boys will win 13 plus. Mark my words.
Why aren't you watching Six Tackles with Finch? Have they finished already? Doing their NRL 360 show, Azza.
Harry. You coming to the game, Harry? You coming to Brisbane, mate? What's going on?
Come to Brisbane, mate. Have a coffee.
Come on, mate. Let's pack a scrum over there. Elaine, welcome. Hope you're doing well. We need Burto to do his big kicks again. His big kicks give us good field position defensively.
He was doing that.
We had our best success with that.
He was doing that against the Cowboys. He was kicking again.
Yep. More young fellas had their careers ended because of starting too early than have succeeded because of it. Yeah, I agree, Brian. 100%. 100%. It's all about the timing, mate. It's all about getting them ready, and that's where the coaching staff have to respect and basically nurture those players and have that trust level. And the player needs to be the same way back. They need to have that respect level and trust both ways. It's when players think that they're bigger than the game and they're ready and they want to go. That's when all the problems start, and then their managers in their ear and everything else, and their families and whatever. So it's a great comment, Brian. But yeah, definitely, when you put those players in at the right time, then you're going to get the best results. At least give them every chance.
And that's when you know that entertainment shows like 360 are just that. When Brave, he kept Jonah Pezzett at a club where he couldn't play regular first grade because it was good for his player to do that. Yet he sits there talking about, no wonder he's talking up Mitch Woods all the time, because he knows while Conti's there fighting for a position and developing in that halves academy.
Yep.
It's going to make him.
If we don't make the 8, do we go down to Burwood and riot? Burwood Road? No, mate. Brian can give Galvin some good advice on the fat diet part, but not so much the fitness part. I think a lot of us can help him with the fat part. Don't worry. We got that covered. Lots of sugar, mate. Lots of sugar. and carbs. Didn't Tanner Boyd start his career as a 5'8"? Yeah, a lot of the halves start in either position, guys, until they're settle into one. They play everywhere. Like, how many times have you seen Cherry Evans playing 6 and 7 and 7-6, Kieran Foran starting 6, playing 7? They all do it. They all interchange. Some of them play one in club, one in rep, one in this. It's the way it is, guys. Right. It's the way it is. All the boys loving each other. Good to see. Panthers players still talk about the effect Ciro had on their careers. I see more talk about him than they do their current coach. Yep. Tony, what do you got there? They are nice to each other, as the majority have key players. Old Braith managers. Yeah.
That's it.
I've noticed Mulatalo has been named to return from injury. Was it earlier than expected for him to return?
I think it was earlier. But coming back from an ACL, guys, that's always... Look, he's a confident lad, but generally ACL injuries take a while to come back from. So it's... Look, I'd be targeting him. No Katoa this week. We'll get Dave's deep stats dive going across the bottom soon,
and we'll also have a good look at the lineup as well, side by side. Thoughts on Adam O'Brien? Is he under pressure? Should he have the heat he gets?
Well, put it this: he's only under pressure from the fact that they, if it becomes untenable with the fans, and that's just a real shame. No, he shouldn't have the heat that he's getting. As I said, who's the assistant coach at the Dragons? Was anyone saying sack Ennis? Or were they just talking about Flanagan? Was anyone saying sack Dean Young? No. Was anyone know who the Cronulla's attacking coach is? That got 50 put on them by the Dolphins and got flogged by South last week, wasn't it? Souths?
Yeah, the Sharks. No, the Sharks, yeah.
Who's their attacking coach? I know they scored 50 against West probably the week before that or something. They're a bit up and down, the Sharks, but it's just our fans talk about it, and that becomes a feature article that the media have to write because it attaches to an algorithm which already exists, which is going to present itself for their advertisers. They have to.
It's a vicious cycle. our supporters talk about it. The media grab it. The supporters go, look, they're talking about it. And then they start to, it just goes in a vicious cycle, guys. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's how the system works, unfortunately. It's just dribble, loading, dribble. It's just crazy.
And then the radio people, they get the same fans calling up, and then they say the same things.
Yep.
You know.
Then people start doing stories, podcasts about it, doing videos.
I've rung Jimmy up. I've rung Vossi up. I've rung all these jokers up and had a real crack at them. And they won't. They don't let you get on, and they cut you off if you're saying anything too much sense, which exposes what they're doing. They have to do it. And these commentators are just creating content for their shows now.
There's too many of them, guys, and they all need a bit of meat to put in their burger.
And if there's pressure on a team, right? If there's pressure on a team, what you'll see from the commentators is they will always, if there's pressure and there's a lot of noise, they will always talk about things to the benefit of the other team. So if there's a decision, they will see, and this happened against teams we were playing when we were doing well as well. It happens to all. This is what they're instructed to do. So if you've lost 4 in a row, for example, and there's a little knock on, and it's going, they will see in favor of the other team rather than in favor of you most of the time. And sometimes they're telling you because it's in their best interest to do it. They'll all sit there and say, no. But it's fucking true. You see it every week. What's happening next, Gas?
Is Jack Underhill close to an NRO debut, going well in New South Wales Cup?
He's going all right. He's starting now, as we've said, and getting that toughness into him. There's this rumor going around he joined the Eels. I've not heard anything, and he is supposed to join the top 30 next year. He's contracted for next year. He got a 3-year deal, a 3-year extension, which was development list this year or a couple of years, and then NRL. So we'll see what happens. But there's no rush. And you can see he's heavily bandaged up a lot of the time as well. So he's carrying a few injuries, niggles. Be enjoying a week off, that's for sure.
But he always puts his body on the line, guys. He does that every time he plays. He'll get hammered, he'll get smashed, he'll go down, but he'll just keep bouncing back up and just winding back up again, and then off he goes. Are there any juniors you think will get first draft pick?
If there was a draft in place, look, I think Raymond Peru would be someone exciting like that. Eamon Fitzgibbon's going pretty good. Bronson Rubin kicked an amazing 2-point field goal to win the match against the Roosters on the weekend. Latrell Fing, he's going real well. You got Finau Fale, you've got Chinadu Uday, and he's made the city side, which we mentioned the other day, and so has Broden Cons, and another guy as well has made the Opens team. Just sending you a private, bro.
Yep.
So what are you looking up now there, Gas?
Oh, just getting a poll ready.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got now? So let's have a look, guys. Brian saying Harry started off with a nice comment. That should change soon. And Bulldog Mike agrees. Leave the guy alone.
I was nice
You
to
having?
say hello.
Are you having an Origin podcast in the lead up to Origin 1? That's TBC,
maybe.
Timmy. TBC, Timmy. Never know, mate. TBC. Let's see how we go. Galvin will be the best halfback in 2027. This year is about Galvin developing his game at halfback, and he can't develop his game at halfback if he gets switched back to 5'8". British Bulldog, welcome. I'm at work and forced to have you guys on silent for now. Look forward to listening later. Thanks as always. Up the doggies. All good, mate. Get yourself a nice little secret AirPod, mate. Hide it in there, mate. Timmy, what's going on? Daniel Holdsworth is being linked with a move to Super League. Okay. Can we bring Ben Barber back at fullback, bro?
I'm gonna run it. Keyboard warrior. Well, you go back. You go into the club and you tell them what you think, brother. You go tell them what you think. I think that's the definition of that's a definition. Someone who writes keyboard warrior flops. That's a definition of hypocrisy right there, brother. Big flops, mate. I don't know why you're getting Harry. You give as good as you take, brother. You give as good as you get, my friend. So I'm sorry if you're feeling a little bit precious, bro.
Harry, they didn't like that you tipped against us last week, mate.
Nah, they don't like that you tipped.
Harry will have Harry have a cranberry juice, mate. Don't give him a beer.
All things flop. Oh, mate, we'll go back to the kennel and join in with Brian, your mate Brian, and have a big carry on about us, bro. It's all good, mate.
British Bulldog.
As good as he gets. Getting really fucking precious there.
I'll get Salah.
Maybe you'll start ringing me up
Shut
like
buddy.
old mate was ringing me up too.
Salah, go sort him out, mate. What's going on? Poor guy needs a hug. He needs a hug. Give him a hug, Salah.
Oh, you've only got 6 viewers.
You've
only got 6 viewers.
British Bulldog saying really impressed with Leo Thompson's pre-game comments, keeping the faith. Yes, that was a good interview he did yesterday. Very happy with that. Timmy's going back to Daniel Holdsworth, assistant coach to Fitzgibbon. Yeah. But at the start of the day, everything is run by Ciro as the head coach. When people start saying Adam O'Brien is the attack coach, he will run things. And if anybody listened to Leo Thompson talk as well, Adam O'Brien wasn't even the attack coach. He wasn't even anything to do with that last year, even at the Newcastle Knights. So he even mentioned that he's seen a lot of changes in the way that he's doing his stuff this year as well. So that's what you do as a coach, guys. You keep evolving, you keep learning. So Adam O'Brien would be just as happy and impressed for himself in his own growth to work with someone like Ciraldo and learn different things and the way that you go about preparing a team, getting everything ready. Irrespective of the results this year, guys, there's still a process that you do all the way from the preseason all the way through. And the last 2 years, it was successful. And this year's only 10 weeks old. So everyone calm down. We've still got a long way to go. How is Finau Latu going? Heinzie is asking.
Well, he didn't play last week, and I'd say he must have had a little niggle or they're giving him a rest. He's been playing flag, getting lots of time in the middle. And he's a young guy with a lot of upside that they're timing to the minute. So no rush. Why can't you take his comments, bro? Unblock him. Unblock Brian Dibb. We're not the podcast where you come on here, Harry, and say Ciraldo is shit. Ciraldo is Gus is crap. Blah blah blah. Like, there's plenty of other places to do that. And the problem with Brian is that he expects all the attention. So you'll send 74 comments. We see it on the kennel. They're happy to take his money. That's it.
He's asking why was he blocked. He was not just blocked, I think, Harry, for the amount of comments and the derogatory comments that he was saying But I think it was also a lot of the people on here had enough as well. So I think that's
They didn't want to be on here for 4 hours because we try to get through everyone's commentary. We try to give everyone a voice and then we talk to it. And most of the time, by the end of it, Brian would be like, "Oh, sorry guys, I'll be more positive." Blah blah. By the end of it, we turn him around. But no, let him go and do what he wants to do. He can do what he wants to do. But this is our little fucking. This is our podcast, you know. I don't have to have anyone on here I don't want on here. But it was more a case the community didn't have a good one. Community didn't want him on here. What?
See you later, guys. You don't want anyone. See you later, guys. Take care. Have a good one.
What's that?
Sorry, mate. You missed it. It's all right. No, just on what you were saying, mate. You don't want to have anyone in that you don't want. I'm saying, see you later, guys. Thanks for coming. Take care. Have a good one. It's all right. Michael just wants to do it. He wants to sit there and Michael will watch Michael and everyone else can throw your beautiful comments in there. Timmy, what are you asking about here, mate? City versus country pathways. I don't think I've got the team, but I think CJ Uday will be in that team, mate, as we've heard. Harry, what's going on, mate? Are they having fun at you, mate? Don't worry, mate. I'm sure you can give them back as much as you get. Don't worry.
He's talking about us.
No. He was no. I'll show you what he was talking about. Yeah, this is what he was talking about. He was talking about a few guys here having a bit of a laugh at him. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure that's what he was doing. Harry, correct me if I'm wrong. It's all good. There you go. See, doesn't take much to set off his bipolar. See, these are the comments people are talking about each other. See,
it's one of his attributes, though.
That's all right.
It's great to watch great moments happen. That's the only reason I'm pissed off is that I need this team to do some great things so I can go listen to Harry after we win, post his positive videos about of our great moments. I really do. Because Ray Warren's not there anymore.
Relive the inspiration.
So yeah, it's annoying. Maybe you should just do those posts when even if we don't win.
Yeah, Harry. But don't do what the other guys do and get upset and tear shreds out of them. Do the good moments. Pick on the good stuff.
That's it.
You know, maybe the tries that we score. Focus on those. If we're averaging 2 tries a game, mate. Focus on those 2 tries. That'll give you a few comments.
Salmon's going to stand up today. Galvin.
Did you get Salmon's try the other day? Did you get that one?
Shut the downers up, Salmon, you weak gutted dog. You weak gutted dog. Shut him up. Shut the downers up. I'm not taking
Is that the first time
either.
Salmon scored a try without getting up
that.
and saying, weak gutted dog?
That's it. Here we go. Roshiek Wat Nakmum. Is that how you say it?
Oh, no. Don't start that again, Harry, please.
He needs some All Things happiness.
Leave the guys alone. Look, Zureg.
Like I'm doing something else, but I'm just scratching my back.
Harry wants us to put Brian Dibb on as a guest.
We just end up walking away. I'll be like, see you, Brian.
Hey, Harry, every time he tries to say this, mate, it gets me every time. Come on, mate. Try again. Give us one more, mate. Give us one more.
What's All Things AYR commentary?
I don't know, mate. Just there we go, mate. Timmy wants to come back on at some point. No worries, Timmy. We'll get you back on, mate. Don't worry.
You gotta talk louder with assertion. Be on this podcast. Let's go.
There you go, mate. Look, there's confidence for you, mate. Harry knows when to
I'm
pull the
looking forward
reins.
to having a beer with Bulldog Mike 75, though, I can tell you that much.
Harry knows just when to pull it in, just when he's tipping over the edge. Just pull that horse back. Harry, slow him down a bit.
We're losing people, Harry. You fucking hell, mate.
Mate, let's put the team up, mate. Let's have a look at the lineups, buddy. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Let's see this star-studded Cronulla Sharks backline and forwards and what they're going to do to us, yeah?
Let's go.
On a positive note, guys, we do have Jared Sutton refereeing the game
in Queensland.
So if we can get a repeat of the Panthers game and maybe we get a win with him as well, who knows?
Nah. We're done. No, William Kennedy, Connor Tracy, master and apprentice it was at one stage.
Before you move on, I'm really still surprised. I was speaking to a Shark supporter the other day and I said, what's going on with your William Kennedy? You know, he's a player that when he's on, he can be very exciting and damaging, but he's always on the nose with their own supporters. They don't rate him and they think he's too erratic, too inconsistent, and yeah, overrated. Is that the consensus out there? Because I remember a few games last year where he was absolutely on fire, creating so much.
Very talented player.
Does he go walkabout or what's going
line
on?
Breaks, 40. I think there was a thought he would be going to the Perth Bears.
Or is he asking for too much money or something? I don't know. But
he stayed there for 300.
Very, very good.
He stayed there for a 1-year contract at the Sharks for $350,000.
Yep.
Dogs 13 plus.
That bloody AI Birdo looks a bit like Kieran Foran. And we just lost Mike. Yeah, we got Mike back.
There you go, brothers. Sorry, I pressed back button instead of that button. All right. So the big outs for the Sharks are Cameron McGuinness and Blake Brailey.
Put that back on the screen.
Oh,
it went off with you. There we go.
All right, so Braden Ueli, Jaden Beryl comes into the hooker role, Jesse Ramian back into the centres, Puru on the bench, and Ronaldo Mulitalo, who loves to play the Bulldogs, and we'll get some stats up in a moment, guys. Ins for the Dogs, Kurt Mann, Matt Burton, Max King, Jed Reardon into the 23 number, Logan Spinks is out. So,
Stone Street's a good player. I like him.
Yeah, very good player. He's been basically come in and been there, Mr. Fixed It on the wing, and been playing a lot of because they haven't had Mulitalo and no Katoa. I think Katoa was in New South Wales Cup the other week. So Jonathan Sewer needs to fix that defense on that contact. But that's what new guys they're going to have. They're going to have inconsistent performances. He's doing a lot of work out of yardage, and it takes its toll. All right. Jesse Ramian, Bronson Cherry. Now, I was hearing rumors. Just I don't know why they were just traveling around. I just think they were what people thought. I think because that typical early mail from Fox, which is always just so crap, was saying that Marcelo Montoya might come in Anari Tuala might go to the centres and Bronson Cherry might drop out. But I think the normal 7 players will have another crack this week. But chance that Jethro comes in. If that's the case, I'm probably thinking Jonathan Sewer moves to the right wing and Anari Tuala would go to the left centre.
Yep.
Or there's a straight out swap for Jethro in for Jono. But could be a number of options that they do with that. But Jethro is more of a specialist left-hand player from what I've seen. Jono has played both sides regularly. KL Hero, very talented kid and getting better and better and better. Same with Ronaldo Militalo. All these kids are Cronulla juniors. You get that?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Cronulla juniors, 6 Cronulla juniors, and they brought the one player in, and that was Nico Hines. Lots of games and development in those players who have made multiple prelims and finals over the last 5 or 6 years. They'd be still trying to go get that extra win up. And for Noah, Blake could have been a Bulldog, is a Shark. But we've got the King. Jaden Beryl has been in, he's a hooker. Look at his head.
Look, looks like a Turpin lookalike.
Yeah.
Turpin brother.
He looks a bit like Terps, yeah. But he's been playing well for a long time. Gets his chance. Bailey Haywood, completely underrated. The fact that after a game, they say, he didn't run the ball again when he did. He actually got us a penalty out of yardage. He ran it later on. He's been crubbing out a dummy half. He's been bringing people onto the ball. Okay, so you want him to run and get tackled. All right. Let's see how he goes, Bailey. He's I thought he made numerous one-on-one tackles when required as well. Toby Rudolph had the yips on the weekend a couple of times, as Leo did a couple of weeks earlier. Britton Nakora, one of the best line runners in the comp.
Changes his line late as well. Changes his line late, that's why.
Probably not coming against each other, though. So Tilly will be up against Teague, I'm pretty sure. Presto, I think, will stay on the left. Jesse Colhoun, who's another junior they've developed, alongside Teague, Britton, Toby, Jaden. Siasifa Talako, I think he might have come from another team. Billy Burns from the Dragons, Oregon Kafusi from the Eels, and Thomas Hazelton, another junior. Fahipa Puru, another junior, and Moeen Harodi, another junior. And the reason I'm highlighting that, guys, is that's where we're trying to get to. Doesn't mean we can't win. We've got a lot of these guys. Kurt Manny's back. Sam Hughes, obviously, as we said, with Thompson and King starting, playing longer minutes, taking that early energy, that gives us a chance to use a big bopper in a different capacity. And AJ Jones, I should say, may or may not get on this week, but any of those 3 forwards, I'd say Harry will be getting on. And I've got a feeling that O'Sullivan will come in for Lipoi Hopboy. Jeff Rowe will remain cover. Braden Ueli, who I've always liked, Riley Jones, and the other Puru brother, with Jed Reardon getting his opportunity as the 23. Going back to Lockie's comment about playing a little bit differently, I think our attack needs to I think we do need to get that penetration happening again, either side of the ruck, off the dummy half. More of the first receiver stuff to the halves. I want to see Matty get in there as well. I think that variation, but just running, get different people getting into dummy half and just running, and getting that defensive line on the back foot. But the Sharks with that big pack, you also want to get them. We've found it has worked well for us, especially earlier in the season where you get that side under fatigue. But I feel that they'll start to be like this is going to be a magical game in my opinion. I think there's a lot riding on it. Both sides definitely not happy where they're at. I think the Sharks obviously getting flogged by 50, smashed by the Dolphins, no real excuses. Smashed by Souths. Those two sides beat us as well. We want to go out there and probably show that we have a middle now. But it is Maxi's first game back. But I think there's a bit of intent in the way they name Sam Hughes high up on that bench, that we've got a bigger bench, which was alluded to. And that, for me, suggests that they want to go out there and dominate this from the middle and really spend a bit more time dominating tackles, spend a little bit less time playing the ball, and really getting this Cronulla side having to chase and that sort of stuff.
Jesse Colquhoun plays a bit like Salmon anyway, like in regards to the minutes he plays as well. So both teams don't have that full 80-minute sort of lock as well.
Mulitalo and Ipswich. Boy,
Yeah.
that's right. He was selected for Queensland, wasn't he, James?
G'day, James. Hope to see you on Friday, buddy.
We're definitely going to have a beer for the Gold Coast game, James. So,
and don't forget, guys, for all the Queensland supporters, make sure you've registered if you want to go down and see the team tomorrow. The boys will be doing a signing session at 6:30 tomorrow. Was it, Michael?
6:30 till 7:30 at the Pullman Hotel.
The Pullman Hotel, guys. So guessing that the Bulldogs obviously will be staying there. So they usually stay at Pullman's. So yeah, 6:30
at King George Square, not the airport.
So you need to register, guys. There is a link on there. If you're a member, you would have received something to sign up for that. And anyone who's sort of on your membership as well can go to that with you as well. So, Brian's saying 2-hour Dogs podcast followed by a 2-hour State of Origin podcast the night before Origin. Is it, fellas?
Yeah, mate. Probably. We'll do it.
Let's see how we go, mate, if the shoe fits. Sayed, welcome, buddy. He's late to the party, but Metcalf comes to the Dogs. What's Burton's future?
If we're going to go and sign Metcalf, which there's no indications that we are going to, it's just all media spin.
Speculation.
Well, I don't think Burton would be staying in the team. It just doesn't. Yeah, it's just not. It's just too many because Metcalf would be wanting. Look, I wouldn't pay more than 700 for Metcalf. But he could probably get a bit more than that from the Dragons and PNG and stuff.
But if he wants an immediate release, that's what might dictate what he does as well. If he wants an immediate release to come into a team before June 30, that's where things could change.
We'll put him on the bench and we'll move Galvin to hooker and give Bailey a rest and bring.
Can Galvin get down that far?
Just for the purists.
If he's a hooker. It's a long way down. It's a long way down. And just for the guys that have won those flags that we did, I've managed to so far get 2 signed. Sorry, Timmy, yours wasn't one of them, mate. I've only been able to get Galvin and Berto to sign so far. So far that means Zreg, Ryan, and Mike FS5JU I hope you're doing well, mate. You guys are signed, so I'll organise to get those flags to you. But the other ones, I need to get Karaz, Critter, and Presto for the last 3. So I'll get that organised as well.
Thanks, brother.
I won't be there tomorrow night, guys, in Brisbane, but I'll be there on Friday. But so I won't be able to do the signatures there, but we'll keep getting them. Had a chat with a few of the boys yesterday as well. The spirits were good, guys. The boys at training, the spirits were good. They were all in good mood, ready. They had a training session. They had another follow-up sort of recovery session and gym work. So they're all. And this BMW came flashing around, guys, in the parking lot. Cherry driving this, BMW, all the exhaust pipes of the world. Him and Karaz riding shotgun, and there's Bailey in the back seat, guys. The 3 amigos as usual, all together. Gotta love it. Timmy's saying we won a match against the Sharks in 24 with Sutton as ref. There you go. And we've got a lot of demons at the moment, guys, with this venue, Suncorp. So we need to start to tick off a few boxes at Suncorp. We can't just keep having negative results out there. So, and look, it's our 2nd week in a row playing there now. So maybe the hunger, the desperation, all those things put together, the big crowd, hopefully we can deliver now on this big stage and make it 2 Magic rounds in a row. James definitely he went to Ippy High and he'll be there. Yep, all good.
All right, beautiful, mate.
Thanks, Timmy. Harry, what do you got there, buddy?
At Kamada won 9 for 14 games. We have to win to make the 8, possibly 10 doable. Make a poll, Mike. What is your poll actually, Gas?
The poll was the first one was just about this week. So who's coming to Magic Round, guys, so we can all catch up. So
who's going to Magic Round, guys? Type in 1 or 2.
Just type in 1 or 2 if you're coming or not, so we know who's going to be there, mate. Guys.
How do I put it back?
Hang on, just undo the click on the comment again. Yeah. That's it.
Oh, yeah. John's he's had to go. He can't wait for Fridays. It's the game that doggies turn it on and everything clicks. We run over the gummies. Let's go, doggies. I hope to see you over the weekend. Hope to see you too, John. Come to the sport. What's that? Is that the Canterbury Bankstown Leagues Club?
Which sports club has?
Which sports club you at, Harry? We'll be in Brisbane, mate. Watch a Magic Round.
2 games.
We met old fella Dave last week, and he got a photo with AJ Jones.
Yep.
It was great. It's great to shake his hand, and he's a big boy. He's not that big though.
Yeah.
Not as big as Harry. And there he is there. I actually heard you talking to him on the phone when you were getting that done. Yes.
Who's that guy with AJ? It's all right.
What's La Piazza?
Oh, which one? Are you talking about Bankstown, Harry? The Bankstown Sports Club with the Piazza stuff, etc. I'm guessing.
Go on, James. Wear the dog suit.
Yeah.
Wear your striped dog suit. It's Magic Round. That's the time to wear it, bro.
Jimmy's going to be watching at the Rockdale Tennis Club, guys. After a couple of sets on the courts, he'll be out there. Going to be watching the Swannies against the Pies. Oh, Swannies leading the comp.
The cold Pies are
just fallen to 10th spot off memory. Brian loved Gus's comments yesterday about the Broncos getting another another away game at home.
Yeah, I've talked about that a lot. Talked about that so much.
Yeah, dog suit.
Wear your suit, James.
Yeah, there we go. Bankstown Sports Club, guys.
All right.
There's a big Italian forum there. Yeah. Do they put the game on there just in the sports club? Oh, they must have the sports club, I think, around the back outside of the Italian forum stuff. On the way to the kids section. All good in the hood. Do you want to have a look at some of Dave's comments, mate? Some stats?
Oh, yes. Shit. I got him to do it after I need to do it. Yep. All right, let's go some stats, guys. Bulldogs, Sharks history. They've played 103 matches. The Dogs are 58. The Sharks are 43. 2 draws. Games played at a neutral venue. There's 4 matches. It's 2 wins apiece. Biggest winning margin, the Dogs 38 points, which was a 42-4 win in 2014. And the Sharks are 42 points in a 52-10 win in 2001. Recent history between the two teams. In 2024, the Bulldogs ended the Sharks' longest ever winning streak of 6 games. The Bulldogs, and that's when we won by a point with a Burton field goal. The Bulldogs, since ending the streak, have won 2 of the last 3 matches against the Sharks. In the last 4 games, the combined points total has not gone over 31 points between the two sides.
Tight affairs.
Despite the low totals, 3 of the last 4 matches have been won by 14 or more. So tight matches with 13-plus margins. The great Ronaldo has scored 6 tries in 9 games against the Bulldogs. Here's an interesting stat. Michael Ennis as a Dog and as a Shark, he played 6 games, 4 as a Dog and 2 as a Shark, and he never lost. So when he played for the Dogs, they won 4 from 4, and when he played for the Sharks, they won 2 from 2 against the Dogs. That's an interesting stat. Bulldogs 2026 recent stats. The Dogs have conceded an average of 35 points in the last 4 games. Katoa, although not playing, has 8 tries from his last 9 games against the Dogs. So there you go, guys. Some interesting stats. I don't know, Timmy.
James,
could be right, could be wrong.
Yep, James got it for last year, but didn't end up going. So he's got to bring it back out this year, the dog suit. Love it. And Harry, he'll shout you a bacon and egg roll, mate. It's like
I think that's code for something else, isn't it, Harry?
Oh no, that just could be a roll, mate. Relax, buddy.
Would Harry eat? But Harry wouldn't eat bacon, would he?
It's probably halal bacon, mate. Relax.
Oh, you can have halal bacon?
Yeah, there's probably variations that they make, I'm sure. Just like they have the halal, the pepperoni and all that stuff in the different places. There you go, mate. Or a halal snack pack.
Make sure
there you
it's
go,
done
mate.
properly.
That's it.
Oh, I love a halal snack pack, mate. When's Mick's concert? Sorry, I'm late, guys. So, Mike,
you got to sing a song. Oh.
Turn around.
That's it. The Fatalia, mate.
Fatalia.
That's the brand. One of the brands. There's a couple of them. That's one of the brands that sells a lot of the halal sort of stuff as well. So it's usually in the green packaging. They keep growing and growing. No concert, Timmy. Stop encouraging him, man. Oh no, here comes the Bulldog guitar. Alrighty then. no Johnny Cash. No Johnny Cash.
This is the worst guitar in the house, by the way.
Heard from a reliable source from within the Dogs that a situation did occur between Critter and Cherry. Not throat grabbing, but definitely fighting words exchange. Hopefully this isn't causing internal issues. Is that something potentially that may have happened back when Cherry got dropped?
Was that on kennel.net? Was that a reliable source? I only mentioned this because I heard the Cherry, Carraz and Hayward car. What's the car thing? Was that what you said?
Sorry, where are we, mate?
What was the thing?
There you go. There's the fatty head wobble.
Yeah.
Advanced hair.
Advanced hair. Yeah.
Don't stop believing. That's it, mate.
So what's the car thing?
Like I mentioned earlier, that Bronson came back from lunch yesterday at training with Carraz in the seat next to him and Hayward in the back. The three amigos always together, mate, even for lunch. Yep.
Well,
there's a few guys that always hang out together. So you'll get Salmon and always SOS together. You always get like Curran and Tracy together. There's always a few guys that always hang out there. They have their little groups. So, Birdo's got they've all got their little sort of ride-alongs that they do. So teams
in the King's birthday game last year, when I was at the hotel across the road from where they were.
Yep.
Curtis Moran drove out of the thing and he went over the curb, drove like an absolute idiot.
Oh.
And Blake Wilson was in the passenger seat.
Oh.
Those two didn't take part in the game.
Wow. Maybe that's when they were told they're not playing.
Maybe. I think they knew way before that, though. I think young guys just drive a little bit recklessly sometimes. Maybe they had to go and get something. I don't know.
Mr. Flux is saying he's got a reliable source. Don't listen to the kennel. Can't
tomato sauce.
Nah, mate. I just, for some reason, mate, the facial stuff, mate, just doesn't work. Even when I did Hajj, it wasn't good. Didn't work.
Shows how old I am.
Shaving off was crazy though, but yeah, that was odd. Went to the Player Princes yesterday at the Leagues Club. Cherry and Carraz are funny. Also, Carraz told me he should be back next week. And, mate, I got your stuff as well, mate. So we'll catch up soon, mate. Our winner from last week.
There you go, guys.
Galvin was with Enari Tawala, guys. They were together riding shotgun. Galvin was driving and Enari was with him. So that's who it was, guys. I wasn't stalking them, guys. I was just out and about. I had to pick up some stuff from the Bulldog store, so I stuck my head in there. Nah, mate, I'm not gonna be the Iron Man. Although I wish I could fly like that. That would be nice. How long till the media start talking about the Luai effect? Didn't that happen after their first loss? Now it's another loss. So, I'm
sure they will.
It is
3 or 4 losses, and it'll be like, oh, Benji can't coach. Crawley will come on and go, the Tigers need to cut Benji loose after he was trying to sort of, that he released the day of the Bulldogs versus Panthers match is basically like as an FU to the Bulldogs, and Benji's doing so well and blah, 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 blah. And I love Benji. He's one of the best people in the world.
Mm.
And he was nothing but kind to Galvin. Never said a bad word publicly or anything.
Mm.
And he knows their game because he worked for Fox.
Yeah.
So that's why he doesn't. That's why he's like, F you, you know. But I think, look, they'll turn on the Tigers as soon as they get a chance.
Yep.
They'll probably start saying things like, oh, Adam Dewey at halfback.
Mm.
You know, they were talking about Alex Twal playing Origin the other day.
Oh, he's offloading, he's doing this, he's doing that, his game's changed. It's like
he's always done that.
Yeah. Yep.
He's always been a good toiler.
Yep. Timmy, have you tried the Chinese at Belmore yet?
Benji ball versus Fosball this weekend.
There we go. And here we go. They've turned on Madden before Luai already.
Well, that's what they were saying. They played better when it was Madden was there, and then because Dewey got injured, say when Madden's he came back in with Luai.
You know, when
maybe Adam Dewey was the
key.
Well, he was there the whole time.
Yep.
Now he did have a coffee and a Chinese meal with Gus.
Yep.
In 2023 or 2024.
You know when I knew that Luai was going to be gone is when he was coming back. He said, "I don't care where I play, even if they leave me out or I play on the bench." That's when I knew he'd already checked out.
1 foot out of the door.
That's it. Oh, Dragons to beat the Panthers. Timmy. Who knows, mate? The Dragons, if anyone's going to beat them, they're the team that last year, always they beat the last team that you expect them to win.
Yeah.
They had that big hoodoo against the Raiders. They always seem to knock teams off. Who knows?
And they got their experienced guys back all playing, and Pacifica Tonga playing prop. Starting at prop. So a lot of their fans have been wanting that.
It could have been for both of us at the moment, Mike.
It was. Well, that's what we said. It was like a mini grand final.
It was a massive build-up, and then
the whole build-up for it.
Not just the build-up, then the game to be played the way it was with the intensity and the tightness, and then to go in a golden point, and then go to the last minute of golden point. Like, it was just epic game. Like, if you put it into perspective for a game one of the year. So yeah, I mean, we're still celebrating that win, but yeah, it's come at a cost at the moment. And then we were up for Canberra as well, but yeah, anyway, we'll be back. It was Metcalf? I don't know where I read someone saying that Metcalf was a Dogs junior or something like that. I haven't heard that.
Let's look into that.
Missed the Metcalf to Dogs possibility because I was stuck on the Kennel podcast. What did you guys think? Good get.
Riveting. Kennel 360, bro. Let's repeat everything we've fucking.
Look, we can repeat it for you word for word when you rewatch it, Harry. You can see exactly what we said.
It's all good.
On your way to work
Harry.
Tomorrow, mate. Just press it on, mate.
Harry's supporting all the podcasters. He's a good guy. He's just
that's it. Share the love.
Up. He fires up. And he wants his team to fire up. So Ryan, so you got to send Ryan the flag with Birdo on it.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna get that sorted. That's it, Harry. You got to support all the brothers.
Oh, Ryan, you're in Melbourne. That's right, Melton. No worries, mate. We'll sort that out for you, buddy.
Yeah, so the Dolphins should be losing this week because all but the Knights and Panthers have lost to the Bulldogs the following week.
Or lost to the teams they played after playing the Bulldogs. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yep, that one.
Kraz is back next week.
How
or the
about the
week after
Eels
the
win against the
latest.
Cows? Another victim who played the Bulldogs and lost. Give Moses an Oscar. How crazy was that finish? I mean, you think it went to Golden Point and you think 33-30. Like, what's going on? How's it 33-30? What's going on there? Oh, you had to see it.
I
You
want
had
to
to see
answer
it to
Mike
believe it.
Cool. Let's keep going. Do you think that Vegas in the round 2 has been a reason why? Yeah, look, we alluded to this at the start of the year, even before. It was like we're making excuses or giving reasons in advance that it could take a while to get cranking, and it certainly has. They sort of warmed into that 5th round match against the Panther.
Mm.
And then since then, the energy hasn't been as intense or lasting as long. I felt like the Cowboys game, it raised. I just think the Cowboys played well. I think the only team which is at the start of games, it's only really outplayed us has been the Knights, where they started on, and it seemed like we couldn't match them, I felt. And then we had that Satili and Mann come on, and we had that middle period where we got on top, and I could see the Knights was sort of having some consequences for the energy that they used early in the match. But our problem has been is that we've just continued to drop balls and give away penalties and 6 agains. I actually agree with the coach on his press conferences. Like, they've been suffocating our edges. Our guys were in strong positions in those matches, and it fell away. I felt, you can sit there and look at the stats and go, okay, well, we had 10 penalties, they had 9. They had 6 agains, and we had 3. But it's when they happen and where that is the context. You've got to look at how they are given and when. When you're getting them on first tackle, it's at the advantage of the opposition. When you're giving them away on the 4th and 5th tackle, there's no advantage in that. And that's what happened. I think they got 2 or 3 of their 6 agains on the first tackle. We had second tackle penalties. So we were getting leg ups for sure. We got some leg ups which were valued at the time and whatever else. But there's a big difference. This is why I hate Jared Sutton, because I go back to 2015 and Souths did not look anywhere near us on that day. We were so much better than them, and we lost. And they got 4 5th tackle penalties and I think 2 4th tackle penalties to hand them that fucking match. I think Tolman got done like 3 times in the ruck. Just absolute bullshit. That's what I mean. So refs have this is what gambling companies want, guys. And it's not just the Bulldogs. They want variation in results because they know that with this 6 again and the penalties, they can change outcomes, betting outcomes and stuff.
Disgusting.
So there you go. Let's go to Jordan Samrani.
Yeah, mate.
Well, Jordan was constantly injured, mate, and he's a Cronulla junior, or he went there and come back. We tried to get him cranking. We tried to give him a chance, and he also had some attitude. From what I saw, there was some, not happy not getting first grade, and Parramatta gave him an opportunity, and they've had the team to be able to do that. They still have a great halfback who can kick goals. They still had a bunch of experienced players when our kids arrived there. So, and they've been able to get games due to injuries because they've been basically were the next men up. If we were in the same situation as them, they would have got goes with us. Like, it's just, yeah. And look, begrudge what they did. I love that try that Joe Ash got, and when Jordan made the break, I was cheering for him like Bulldogs.
Yep.
And I hate the fucking Eels with a passion. I can't stand them. But I was going for those two kids. 100%. And if they're going to win a game, I hope it's through that. And then when Moses gets up, like I wished his ankle actually got broken and his foot snapped off and then flew around the air, and then he starts whinging at the ref because his foot's flying in the air and his ankle's hanging out. I would have preferred that rather than what we got. And then it's like he's arguing with the ref who's saying you're getting a penalty as well. You get to win by 3, and he's like,
well, he's saying I don't want to take the kick, but what he doesn't understand, it's like a conversion. A conversion, once the ball's kicked, whether you kick it or don't, the ball's dead. That's it. It's like a kick for goal at the end of a game was a conversion. That's how he had to, he just couldn't get that in his head. He goes, well, I can't kick it. Well, he goes, get someone else. He goes, it's 2 points. I'm giving you 2 points. The ref's telling him.
Yeah,
stop arguing.
It's
I don't
want
want
stupid rule, though.
It is a stupid rule, but it is the way it is. That's it. You know what I mean?
Stupid rule.
I mean, if they make the 8 by 1 point, you know, hypothetically, Moses can go and suck it. You know. Anyway,
don't worry about the next one. Thanks, Timmy.
Right. No worries. So there we go, guys. From
Sometimes we get them wrong, but that's okay.
75%. So who's going to be there? Let's have a look.
Who's going?
Six of you guys are coming. 6 of you are coming.
All right. So far, with our Bulldogs jersey, we've got Tony got 4 tickets into the draw tonight. Bulldog Mike got 2 tickets, plus he gets an extra one for being a month-to-month member. Lucas put in $20, so he got 4 tickets, plus he's a monthly member. He gets an extra one. And Brian got another 2 tickets in, plus the extra one for being a member. So that's for our jersey.
Harry's saying, if you had a choice right now, Papali'i or Tracy, who would you take on form?
Tracy. Joe Ash should get his confidence destroyed playing for our club right now. Like, and they're different sort of players. Joe Ash is like his yardage and that isn't as reliable, but he can pop up. He's got a good little pass on him. He's got a great step off both feet. He's exciting. He can be hit and miss under the high ball. That's always been an issue with Joe Ash, but so can Connor. You know, for right now, if I was going for the future, I'd happily have Joe Ash in my pathways. But it's just different situations, complete different situations, different teams. You know, having Mitch Moses in your spine, that's what I mean. If I've got Mitch Moses as halfback at the Bulldogs, I'd probably go Joe Ash because of the upside. Having Burton and Galvin, it's just too many young and Hayward. It's just not going to help Joe Ash as much. And our fans would crucify him if we're in the similar sort of form. I don't think his form would translate to us winning matches right now. And I say that as respectfully as I can. And it doesn't matter what I think anyway. It's what Joe Ash thinks and it's what Tracy thinks. But, yeah, it's a bit of a apples versus oranges things. It's just too different. It's too different. I'd probably, would you want Gutherson or Tracy? At the moment, it's more a bit like that. But I'm happy for Joe Ash, and I hope he keeps performing and getting contracts, and maybe we'll pay $1 million for him one day, hopefully.
Is Moses the first player in history to whinge about getting a penalty right in front of the post?
Probably.
He was whinging because it meant nothing, just end the bloody game. Yeah, but
It's just so typical of him, Harry.
Yeah.
He doesn't stop whinging.
I just feel like the referee could have potentially explained it a little bit better, because I know what they were worried about is hits the post and they think that someone's going to take it and run the length of the field, etc., etc. And he also, being the guy that just kicked this amazing field goal, wants to have all that celebration and mode and just that's it, ended on me. I kicked the goal. Why have this moment after, So he just, all of a sudden, as soon as he had to walk, he couldn't walk, but he was running down to get in front of the post. But then when he turned around, he was hobbling away.
What about a parallel universe, eh? What if Des Hasler got James Tedesco and actually wanted Mitch Moses instead of going, nah, I don't want Mitch Moses, which is why it all fell through. Apparently he was going to get Brooks, Moses, or Brooks and Tedesco were keen. Woods wasn't even a part of it. It's sort of like when he was trying to get four into the club and he ended up only getting he got Tony Williams instead. Then Foreign come years later.
Out of Matty Burton and Bailey Hayward, who's had more dummy half runs this year for the Bulldogs?
Who said that?
I'm asking.
Probably Matty Burton.
Yeah, 12-9.
Yeah.
Burton leads the dummy half runs for the Bulldogs this year.
And his dummy half runs have been massively important, especially out of yardage.
Yep.
And we need to see more of it. That's why, he's a centre because he can do that.
The leading man, which is quite obvious out of dummy half, is obviously Harry Grant. He's done it 67 times. And second to him is the man missing against us this week with 44.
Well, there's a stat. If he runs 65 metres in a game, Blake Brailey, they're undefeated.
There you go.
And he played 138 games in a row, I think.
Even Marnie's run 30 times this year. Usually not for a lot of metres, though. But the one who's run just behind him is Braden Burns, 27 times. He's the leading non-hooker out of dummy half. I think he whinged about waking up that morning. You know what? Every athlete that is at a top level has these idiosyncrasies and things that they do to get them going. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. Like everyone's got their thing. You see them off the field, they're a different person. You see them on the field, they're all hardwired and something. And some are, it's just, yeah. Look at the twins, Mark Waugh and Steve Waugh. One looked like he got hit and everything. And then Mark Waugh looked like everything was effortless, but they both tried the same way. Everyone's got their own ways of doing stuff. Harry, what do you got? I love what the Grub said on 360. Now saying he feels for Matt Burton because he's not playing with a genuine 7. And if he did, he'd look much better than he is right now. Best thing he's ever said.
Who said that?
He's saying Josh Reynolds on 360. The Grub.
Well, thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, mate. If you get $5 into the draw, Mike, you get a chance to
win a jersey.
Harry, the only reason Crawley
the other Grub.
Yeah. The only reason Crawley is saying that is because that it's like they didn't give a shit about Reid Marnie or Sexton last year. I remember Brave saying after we started winning some games, he's like, "Oh, Toby's going all right, isn't he, Buzz?" Because they had all said you can't win a premiership with these guys. They were all putting shit on him. As soon as Galvin come, I feel sorry for Reid Marnie. Oh, he's the best hooker of all time. Tobe, what about Max King? He's only on $350 and they go and sign Leo Thompson.
Sorry. Yes, Mike, if you do the another 4, mate, that works as well. Yeah, sorry, mate. Total,
Yeah,
mate.
buddy.
It's total.
Well, you can do it. We've got until the end of May. So, I know money doesn't flow the same for everyone, mate. So, if you just want to put in a bit now and a bit then, doesn't matter, mate. Whenever. We'll keep a tally up for you. Yeah, go buy a lotto ticket too, brother. Still haven't got your money yet, Harry. I guess the check's in the mail, is it, brother? From last week? Don't worry, I didn't put you in the draw, so it's all good. You owe me.
You are the Dogfather. Yeah, every 5 you guys put in, you get an entry in for the jersey, guys. So
That's it. That's it.
You got to be in it to win it. Afterpay.
Yeah, PayPal, Afterpay. Yeah, fucking sort it out, brother.
Yeah, you'll get $1 for the $1 a month for the next 12 years. There you go.
No problem, bro.
It's probably gone in tonight's budget, whatever that was. Anyway,
it's good. If you put $200 in, I'll give you 200 tickets. All right, bro.
There we go. There we go, guys. He's spoken.
If we win 3 in a row, you give me 50. If we win 4 in a row, it's 100.
You double
brother.
it. You double it. That's
and then if we win 5 in a row, it's 200.
Oh.
I was thinking 12 in a row was going to happen. Ooh. If we win 12 in a row, I'll give you your money back.
There you go, mate. I saw the handshake. There you go, guys. I saw the handshake. There you go. There you go. There's a little.
There you go. Make sure you like and subscribe, people.
Harry will do some amazing videos if there's a 5 win in a row. And
if we win the comp, I'll run it at Harry. I'll run it straight at Harry. but I'll be getting one of those, those Bulldogs gridiron helmets to put on before I run it. And I might get Gas to run first just to soften him up a bit.
Yeah, no worries.
Before I come in.
No worries.
Might have to do some
Monopoly money, Mike, for sure, mate.
Let's go.
Oh, that's it.
Bulldog Mike in there too.
Anyone driving up from Sydney, guys?
Well, Bulldog Mike was supposed to go to the thing tomorrow, but he has to work.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll be taking my daughter. That's another thing, guys. When
Inshallah. Yes, I'll be there.
If you play for the Dogfather, the Dogfather will talk to you as well, become your friend. No, I'll do that anyway, guys. But you're actually supposed to get a phone call from
Mike
the
says
Dogfather.
if we do a 5-peat, you got to run from your home to Belmore. So we got to call you. Was it Cliff Young? You just start run you look like Cliff Young when you get there. Just start running. Anybody remember
running
that?
now?
Anybody remember Cliff Young? Or was it just?
How many steps?
I need to get a few more. Don't remind me.
No, you need to save up and plan a holiday for a Magic Round or something.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the Bulldogs. It's 3rd time lucky this week for me. But I've also done an Origin there, a decider as well.
I watched Hasm plays Origin match at Origin.
Oh, that would have been good. Yeah, I wanted to go to that one too.
What I loved about that game was the New South Wales Blues defended for the first 11 or 12 minutes on their own line. They won 18-4. Great game. We'd already lost the series though, 2-0.
Mate, they're calling you Forrest Gump. Harry would rather go to Bali.
One Far West. One.
Just come for a drive with me, mate. Jump in the car, mate. Let's go.
You'd rather Bali probably costs you less than coming to Brisbane.
Yeah, magic round. That's it, Timmy.
Come on,
Save
Timmy.
up for next year, mate. Save up for next year.
All right,
So,
people.
That's it. You've overstayed your
Guys,
welcome.
been going for 2 hours, 20 minutes. We're not doing a 3-hour tonight. We
Overstayed
started
your
a bit
welcome,
later,
Nick.
but
That's it.
thanks to everyone who's come on and said hello. It's been great to see you all. The Bulldogs got to beat the Sharks this week. There will be a keys to victory. But as I said, it's pretty much I want to see this side get in there and change up the attack a little bit through. I don't know. I was watching a state of. I'll just finish off with this. I was watching a state of origin game, and Brett Kamali was at halfback. I think Baduris was the starting hooker, and then John's come on as the hooker. And I just watched the amount of. I know the game's completely different now, but it's when the fatigue starts to come into origin, like slow play the balls throughout, but players playing long minutes, a lot of ball in play, less mistakes. It was one of those really good games. And then John's just started getting in out of dummy half. And then people just running from dummy half all the time. And I just saw the Queensland defence just could not. They struggled to have any line speed or anything because they were just constantly just being, oh, fuck, they're going again, they're going again, they're going again. And it was just all off the cuff shit. And they just asked some questions. And look, they didn't score as many tries as I thought they would. And they were running themselves ragged doing it. But I just want to see a bit of that stuff from the Dogs. Not sure that they've got any plans of doing that, but that's just something that I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of. I like when Birdo gets in a dummy. And I need that Salmon first try. Why'd that happen? Because there was a straight line of blokes running.
Yep.
He just picks the easy one. And Jamin Salmon scores a try against the odds. Pretty sure he would have been 20-1 or something to score a try. Or longer. First try scorer. I think he's done it a couple of times, actually. He did it against the Dragons a couple of times. So, yeah, I probably want to see a bit more of that, guys.
Harry's saying he's feeling more confident than the last 4 weeks. Don't tell me why, but I feel a big performance.
It's the return of the king, bro.
That's it.
Kurt Mann, Birdo knows he's got to do more. The pressure's on.
Remember the last game King played, guys?
Panthers.
Remember the last game he played, guys?
He got his jaw broken. Harry Hayes come on and played. He hadn't played for previous 2 weeks either when we lost.
Right. That's right.
He comes on, making up for lost time. It's the Harry. It's the Max and Harry show, mate.
That's it.
Night, Brian.
Brian, no worries, buddy. Oh, Mike's thrown in the.
What's it mean?
Oh, come on! You have to explain it to you every week. Is this? You say it now.
What is it? Rashuka Kanem.
There you go. He's getting closer every week, mate. Closer to being further away.
Rashuka Kanem. Was he a Klim?
If you're on Carmen, I did a shout out to you the other day after meeting you at the game. If you're still on, I know you don't message, but thanks for your support as well. Enjoy the show.
G'day, Carmen. Hello. Hope you're well. All right, people, we're going. We'll get some more content out to you before. I'm not allowed to take videos at the Pullman. If Gas was here, he'd do it. But that's enough for us tonight, people.
I don't take videos. I just go live. It's all right. It's easy.
Pass me the sugar. See you later, people. Go the Dogs.
Guys.
Thank you to everyone we made $60 tonight. Good job, people. Thank you very much.
See you guys at
Check out this awesome song.
Dog is fan. Welcome to the show. All Things Bulldogs.